Welcome to Tutorial 2, Internal Calendars. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a few very cool tips and tricks that'll help you simplify how you schedule colleagues, rooms, and resources for internal meetings. Let's begin by setting the stage, so to speak, for our tutorial. In this story, we are working for the fictitious, yet highly plausible, Centerville Community Arts Center, a small but very beautiful local art center that offers many types of activities and events to local citizens. Okay, so if you remember our story from tutorial 1, you did watch tutorial 1, right? Okay, good. So in that story, we were showing how citizens of Centerville could access the community center's schedule, publicly published calendars that were where the events were created on internal Exchange and Office 365 calendars. So as a public user, I can only see what's been published publicly, of course. However, as a user of the Agendex system, I'm also able to log in. So what I'm going to do now is log in as Emily, who's our events coordinator. So I've got our credentials here. I will press the login button. And what happens here is she now has access to all these internal calendars as well. So all of the operations folks, of which she's part, and all of the sales team as well. So for clarity's sake, I'm just going to uncheck all these calendars that I don't really want to see. And this way now, Emily can quickly see what her team is up to and who's where at what time. As an internal user, I also have access to viewing the availability of rooms and resources. So for example, if I click on rooms, I can see all the rooms that have been defined in our internal Exchange system or Office 365, and you'll recognize some of these like from the public calendars that we use for main concert hall and theaters. But in this case, I'm not really interested in these, so I'm going to uncheck these calendars. Maybe I just want to see the conference room, see what that looks like in October. I can click on a specific day. I can go to a week view, so I can see what the week looks like here. And I can also do the same for resources. So when I go to the resources page, I can see the resources that have been defined. And same thing for this particular week that I'm still on, I can see the usage of the resources. So conference rooms, the projector here, sound system, laser pointer, podium, microphone, and so on and so forth. So I can see what's available. Okay, before I go and show you how I would do this in Agendex, let's just see how we would do this in Outlook. I'm logged in as Emily North here. If you will recall, she's our events coordinator. And she needs to book an appointment with Josie, who's director of sales, and Dallas, who's one of the sales rep, who's kind of bringing a new exciting opportunity to the organization. I want to meet with them, or she wants to meet with them sometime in October, not too sure where or when, not too sure their availability. So what she's going to do typically is call for a new meeting. And since she doesn't really know when everybody's available, she'll call up the scheduling assistant and she'll start adding the attendees that she needs. So for example, Josie, Dallas, and now that she's got her attendees, we're starting to see some busy times here. She can go in here and select one of the rooms. So we're going to select conference rooms, and she wants conference room 2 because she knows it's close to Josie and Dallas' office. And this is what she's presented with. Oh yeah, she also needs some resources. So maybe she needs a projector and she needs a laser pointer for the presentation because Dallas is going to be doing a presentation. And then we get this view, which we call, it's typically referred to as the matrix view. Now, personally, I've never been a really big fan of this view. I'm not crazy about this scrolling left and right to look for available times. But let's say Emily's looking for mid-October sometime, and it looks like 15th of October, okay, 10 in the morning to 11, so she would block off that time. And then if she selects the meeting, then all of the conference room, the resources, and the attendees are all booked at the appropriate time. So my point here is that this matrix view, and I've come across a lot of people who are not crazy about this, and actually typically so many people don't really use the scheduling assistant because, and I say it's because of this view. Now let's go see how we would do that in Agendex. The real magic begins to happen when I'm actually ready to book a meeting with some of my colleagues and I need a room and I need resources. So what Emily would do here is click on availability, and she would start adding the names of the people that she needs and the resources and whatever room she wants to book. So for example, there's an exciting new opportunity that somebody is working on. So I'm going to need Josie, who's our director of sales, Dallas, who is the rep that has been working on this. I'm going to need a projector because Dallas needs to show some stuff, as well as the laser pointer. Let me get that right. Laser pointer. And I'd like to have this meeting in conference room 2, for example, because I know that's perfect for this kind of presentation, and it's also close to Josie and Dallas' office. So as you can see here, I've got all these calendars showing up for the laser pointer, for the projector, the conference rooms, everything shows up, and it looks like Thursday around 10 a.m. would be a perfect time. So I'm just going to right click over here and say create new event, and voila. There's your create new event dialog, and everything's included. Everything that I've asked for on this side is included. So my conference room, my 2 attendees, and all the resources. And I can just new op meeting. I can just finish defining my meeting, add a event description, what have you. I can add attachments if I want, and then send. And then all of these will get booked for this meeting, saving a lot of time.